What's up, WN420? I'm Lance Storm, and if this is your first time here, don't forget to hit the subscribe button. It'll let you know whenever we drop cool new videos. And today's topic is the future of WN420. Just to give you just to hold off any discretions or any concerns. No, we're not ending the channel, but things are changing, ever changing. Things are always changing. So I wanted to let you guys first know that there's a video waiting in the wings for you guys to see. It's Jimi Hendrix, Rock Legend. It's basically a compilation of cool news articles and videos that I have found that I think you guys should see. Maybe you'll get to know a little bit more about Jimi, and there will probably be another video coming up in the future. I've just decided that it was time to do something a little bit different and share some of my interests with you guys, because that's, you know, it's YouTube, which you being me and Tube being, we all come together and enjoy watching stuff that we think is cool. So give me 1 second. I'm back. I'm glad you guys are still here, and I see to it that this is gonna be a video more about for my replayers, because I don't, you know, it's middle of the day, I don't have a lot of people in here in our live stream. So welcome to the show nevertheless, welcome back, or whatever the case may be. Oh yeah. This hand. This is the hand that I need to use to introduce my cool... Look at this. Don't be the monkey that winds up getting locked up. Oh, never mind. Alright, so you guys might have seen my Hemp for Victory video that I put out. It's you got a little bit of me talking and a whole bunch of the government talking with this video right here. Back in the Second World War, they put out a grow hemp for the war type of campaign, meaning that, you know, if you're a farmer, if you're able to grow hemp for the war to help create viable resources like rope and many other things. Cannabis was in the pharmacology. I feel like I'm saying that wrong. But it was part of the medical institute at that point. Several hundred recipes of medicines made and derived from cannabis. It was in the medical pharmacology back in the Second World War. They were all about having us grow it for them. In fact, they were so much into it that Missouri and Kentucky, I believe, were two of the biggest states that were growing cannabis at the time, and they would lock you up, or at least give you big fat tickets if you were a farmer and you didn't grow a percentage of your crop towards hemp. With that being said, I feel that this is time to announce DARE. In the war on drugs, guys. Cannabis, you know, maybe not in the war on drugs, but in the war on cannabis, because it's far past time. So in some future episodes of the Rock Legends, or Legends of Rock, we're going to be doing some Bob Marley. We're also going to cover Kurt from Nirvana, Kurt Cobain, and yet again, we're going to be doing a follow-up on Jimi. I just know it. I know we're going to do a follow-up on Jimi. So if that's something that you're into, let us know in the comment section down below. Also, don't be afraid to let us know other artists and individuals that maybe we should take some light onto, or shed some light onto, and talk about in some future videos. Let's see here. Looks like I covered just about everything that I was going to. I was really hoping to have some interaction with you guys. Nevertheless, I do have a full packed schedule of a lot of cool things to take care of for the day. Let's see. I am really excited about the weather that we're having today. It's not super horrible like it has been in the past. It's not entirely frozen or cold, which is abnormal for this time of the year. Global warming could be a thing, could really be a thing. And there goes my music, ladies and gentlemen. Well, I hope that you can handle yourselves with the sound of my voice instead of having a cool music backdrop. But this live stream will only maintain for so much longer. Let's see here. I see at this moment that we've got 3 people watching our live stream. What do I expect? This isn't exactly lunchtime unless you're out in Nevada or California or something like that. And if so, welcome yet again. Here in just a little bit, I'm going to go ahead and release the Jimi Hendrix Rock Legend video. Share it with your friends if you enjoy it, and if you don't, you know, just let me know in the comment section. If you do enjoy it, that's another thing that you could say in the comment section, and any points of reference that you think that we should cover in the future video is always accepted. What's that? Do we have somebody in here? What's up, B-Tines? Welcome to my afternoon show. I just figured that we'd have a little talk about things. The direction of the channel is going to go towards getting out of this studio a little bit more. Maybe getting on the road, doing some road trips, doing some vlogging, and we're going to expand. There's going to be more than just the WN420 channel. I'll be opening up some of my other channels. I do have Mustache Rides, which I haven't been putting a lot of time or attention into. It's just kind of there, but it's a good thing. Let me know if you guys are into munchy cooking shows, because I might be wanting to teach myself how to cook a lot better than how I do. Everything is subject to change at this point. We're gonna do whatever we can to keep you guys entertained and keep me having fun, because I love making videos. I just feel like I'm running short on content with where I'm at right now. So there's always something to talk about, but I don't exactly want to talk all the time. I would like to show. That's kind of what I'm about. Let's see. I don't know. Are you guys interested in some headliners? Maybe I can throw some cannabis news your way. Let me see what I can find real quick. B-Tines, how's it going out there, man? B-Tines is a sword maker. Well, maybe not a sword maker, but he's definitely a blacksmith. And maybe he don't want me to tell you that, but I'm hoping. Nice, sounds excellent. Food stuff would be interesting. Good. Food stuff would be interesting, and I'm really thinking about it. I'm definitely not a chef. I'm not a cook. I barely can. I can barely boil water, ladies and gentlemen. I am horrible in the kitchen, but I can grill and I can fry. I guess that makes me American. Let's see. B-Tines. What am I looking for? I'm looking for. See, I had everything pulled up on my computer, but turns out with multiple tabs open, you cannot do live stream. I should have known that, to be honest with you. So right now I'm pulling up my database for cool information. And we have, oh, this is going to be great. I've been waiting for this. VA issues new medical marijuana policy for military veterans. I'm super stoked to open this up and see what's inside. It's kind of like Christmas, just early, just a couple days early. I have so many friends who are veterans, and this is important. It's cool. I'm working on building my web presence. Are you? You're gonna build your web presence? You're gonna be out here? Are you gonna join me on YouTube? Dude, if you get up on YouTube, I would love it if you come and join my show. That'd be great. Or, you know, we can do a live stream together. It doesn't necessarily mean that you have to come here physically. But if you want to, that's cool too. Maybe I could come to you. I'm using some blacksmithing soon. Oh my goodness. I'm sure you've seen the guy who makes those incredibly massive swords. Like he makes them anime swords and stuff like that. It's crazy. It's crazy. It must cost him thousands of dollars. I know he's got hundreds of hours in time on making this stuff. Blacksmithing is just really cool. One of my buddies, he built a forge the other day out of a spare wheel, and a few other little things. But he's been knocking some metal around with it. I just think it's really cool. Something that I want to try when I have the opportunity, or just some extra time. Yes, let's continue to the article. We're going to talk a little bit about veterans and marijuana. In fact, in a upcoming video, hopefully very soon, I'm going to have one of my buddies come over, sit down and talk with us about his particular medical concerns, if I can get him in state, that is. He's been doing some traveling around. He loves to travel, and we're gonna do some big stuff. Doctors with the U.S. Department of Veterans Affairs still can't recommend medical marijuana, but they are being encouraged to talk more about it with military veterans. That's what a new VA policy being rolled out this month says. So that's really cool. I like how they got right down to it, right in the top of it. So we know that it's not being issued to the veterans yet, but it's looking like it's going to be on the way. The directive urges government doctors to discuss the veteran marijuana use due to its clinical relevance to patients' care, and discuss marijuana use with any veterans requesting information about marijuana. However, the policy... Oh gosh, my dyslexia is kicking in. However, the policy reiterates the department's long-held position that to comply with federal laws such as Controlled Substance Acts, providers are prohibited from completing forms or registering veterans for participation in state-approved marijuana programs. Okay. Why was I having so much trouble with that word? Nevertheless, VA in fact no provisions of federal law blocks the department from allowing its doctors to fill out medical cannabis recommendation forms in states where it is legal, even under continued federal prohibition. In 2003, the Supreme Court let stand a federal ruling finding that doctors have a First Amendment right to recommend medical cannabis to patients as long as they don't actually provide marijuana. So a doctor can write you a prescription for it. However, that's cool. A doctor can write you a prescription for it, however, they cannot provide the marijuana for you. So therefore, if your doctor can write you a prescription, then you are legally prescribed it, and then the feds have to back off what the state's rights are and what the doctor's rights are. I'm seeing something here. Let me pop back over to the live stream, see if you have anything to say. The Irish guy, Michael Cthulhu. Yes, him. He's awesome. I would like to meet him. He seems like a cool cat, you know? That guy seems really cool. I'd love to have a beer with him. Maybe even smoke a joint if he's down. Okay. VA. You know what? I'm going to go into this VA issue a little bit later. Although I am enjoying reading through it, and I don't think that my dyslexia is kicking my butt too hard today. So, you know what, ladies and gentlemen, that's part of the what's in the future for us, and VA, veterans' rights, is a big part of our future. It's a big part of America's future. Tax bills. Ugh. What can I do? What can I do? There's nothing I can do. I'm not a congressman. But maybe I should run for Congress and then stay there for life, because that's what Congress does. Maybe a Senate seat would be dope. I don't know. It sounds like there's a lot of red tape that I'd have to cut through to get to those points in life. Uh-oh. We were sitting at 4 viewers watching at this particular moment. Ladies and gentlemen, if this is your first time here, the comment section is where you can interact with us, and feel free, join in, and incorporate yourself into the conversation, because it's your words that help push this forward. The VA cannabis thing is going in a good direction. Yes, the VA cannabis thing is going in a good direction. It was I just wish it had happened a little sooner. I'll get into that at some other point in the channel's life, but VA standing up, and I mean, there's so much good that can come from this. If you're a diabetic, if you've got glaucoma, if you, pretty sure it'll help you if you have ALS or many other things. You know, if you're a person that suffers from PTSD, yeah, cannabis can help you. You know, if you're a high anxiety person, I personally would suggest that you try a strong indica. Stay away from the sativas, because the sativas have a tendency of making people a little bit more paranoid, a little bit more stressed out. That's not what you want. Especially if you have anxiety. You want to be calm, cool, collected. They say that the couch lock indica is, well, that's where you need to be to stay away from the high stress, high tension. And really, if you're a high stress, high tension person, the indica isn't going to put you to sleep so much as it is just going to calm you down and allow you to think properly. Again, cannabis is not for everybody, but if it is for you, go about it the right way. Use moderation whenever you go about using it too. Let's see. Well, I don't know where to go from here on this. Let's pop back over to my database and see what we have. Oregon sees spikes in teens' possession by marijuana. I don't believe that. I really don't believe that. Oregon is a state that has to my understanding, legalized many forms, many drugs. You know what? I'm not even really wanting to touch down on that, because as though I have done some research on it, I haven't done the caliber of research that I feel required to speak about it. As far as teens having the spike on marijuana possession in Oregon, I would have to say I don't believe it. Maybe I don't want to. Maybe I don't care. Maybe I do care. Teens and cannabis is kind of a thing. It's always been a thing, you know. If you were in school before the legalization efforts ever happened, and you didn't know somebody who smoked weed, then you were probably in homeschool. Because cannabis has always been a thing. Go back, watch Dazed and Confused. It'll give you a nice little touch into life back in the 60s and 70s. And then come back and talk to me about children or teenagers and cannabis. Children do not need cannabis unless they are under medical prescription. Let's see. Marijuana doomsday don't come. What? U.S. News and World Report. I don't know if I want to open this further. Oh, it helps if you can read correctly. Marijuana doomsday didn't come. I think I like the direction of where they're going with that. Let's see. Cannabis compound. Cannabidiol compound of cannabis. World Health Organization. Let's see. World Health Organization. However, where CBD is produced and for pharmaceutical purposes and extra get out of here. Let's see. Jane West luxury cannabis. No. Not touching down on that right now. Here's how marijuana does and doesn't affect your health. I like that. Here's how marijuana does and doesn't affect your health. That's well, it looks like we have some really good topics coming out from the mainstream media at the moment, which means that we're starting to see a sway in the way that corporate America is starting to think about cannabis. I would say it's probably because of the mass population of America saying, I think we're over the 80 percentile who want legalization of cannabis. It's a good thing. With that, our president is hopefully going to be taking the right steps towards making legalization throughout our country, not just a state here or there. And Jeff Sessions might be seeing the end of the road, which sorry about your bad luck, Jeff, but you shouldn't have hated on weed so bad. Maybe we wouldn't be hating on you. With that being said, I think this is a good time to close out the show. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for coming and hanging out and discussing the topics with me of, I don't know, just coolness. And do not forget to go check out the Jimi Hendrix Rock Legend video. It's going to be released probably at 4:20 today. It's already up. It's already in action, in a manner of speaking. There are very few people who've got a special early release on it. And speaking of which, Truth Seeker, thank you so much for releasing the video early. I know I sound sarcastic, but I really mean it. Thank you. Thanks for giving people an opportunity to check it out. Give me a little bit of feedback. That was super crucial and really important. And I think this is going to be a good thing and a great direction for the show. So, ladies and gentlemen, I'm Lance Storm. This is WN420, and don't forget to hit that damn. Hit the freaking subscribe button whenever you have the opportunity to. And the notification bell will let you know whenever we drop cool new videos. This is not Sparta. I'm out. You guys have a wonderful day. Stay positive, stay beautiful, and do something nice for somebody. I hope that you're having a lovely Christmas, holiday, vacation time. And don't forget to call your family. Tell them that you care. Deuces.